What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, I want you to talk about global events, politics, religion, war, and more. Let's go.
Welcome to the David Adam Kurz Show.
All right, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. We have been told time and time again, don't bring up politics, don't bring up religion, don't talk about world events because it'll hurt your empire. And guess what? I don't believe it. I used to believe it, but I don't believe it. See, I had this great guy who was a coach that I hired, came into my life, started helping me, teaching me how to do these podcasts in a very specific way. Yes, I hire coaches to help me do things better. And he asked me, he said, what are some topics that you definitely won't speak about? And I said, politics and religion. Because, guys, I am Puerto Rican, I am Jewish, and I am Republican. And it is very tough for me sometimes to be in the middle of all that, to have all of that, and be in the middle of all of that stuff, right? And so it makes it sometimes tough topics to talk about. And by the way, for those of you that do know me, know that I am very passionate about government and politics. I even considered running for office. I was going to run for commissioner of my area, and then I had a heart attack. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, this heart attack was stress induced. Maybe I don't want to add commissioner to my plate of things that I do every day, right? So I took a little bit of a break. But I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons why it's crucial to stay informed at minimum, informed about global events, politics, religion, and more, and how it directly impacts your real estate business. And by the way, if you're not in the real estate industry and you are a business owner, it might impact you as well. See, when I'm talking about this coach, he asked me one question, I answered it, and he said, why would you not talk about politics and religion? And I said, man, those things really start getting people a little riled up, right? And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that gets people riled up. And he said to me, why don't you want to get people riled up? And I said, I don't want to lose clients. I don't want to lose followers. I don't want to lose potential team members. I don't want to lose potential people that want to join my organization or do title with me or do real estate with me. I don't want to lose those opportunities. And he said to me something that made my hair stand. He said, for every one person that you lose because they judge you based on your beliefs, you will gain 3 that had no idea where your morals stood. And that made a world of a difference for me. And so today, I'm actually excited. I want to start a podcast that talks about global events and includes politics, religion, and war. I want to talk about it. I was in the Marine Corps for 9 years. It's a part of my life. I pay attention to it. I'm a proud American. I just don't want to do it alone. So I'm working on putting a group of people together that would have this consistent conversation with me that we could take to the public and hopefully bring you good information, good news and information, right? And so I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons why it's crucial to stay at minimum informed, right? Number 1 is understanding market confidence. Global events directly affect market confidence. You know this. But everybody knows when Trump was going up for re-election recently, the market kind of really had a slowdown. And then when he took office, he was so aggressive that the market stayed slow. And people were a little bit curious. They were like, we want a new situation, but let me make sure this new situation is worthy of me making big purchases or big sales, right? And so it really does influence buyer and seller, decisions when it comes to real estate. When political tensions or international crises arrive, conflicts arrive, people tend to become very cautious, potentially delaying large financial decisions, right? Like buying or selling a home. Staying informed allows you to guide your clients with greater confidence, helping them navigate uncertainty in tough situations, and you do it effectively. All right, second reason, anticipating economic shifts. If you really study this, you get to really understand what forces economic shifts in our country. And so geopolitical situations, religious tensions, or war can dramatically impact economic conditions locally and globally. Look what happened with COVID. COVID was not political, it was not religious, it was not a war, but it had the exact results that would have given if we had a world war. I want you to think about that, right? The last time we had COVID effects was after post World War II. And those war effects were because it affected the entire planet as one. Now, interest rates, inflation, unemployment or employment opportunities, let me correct that. Employment opportunities can change rapidly in response to world events. If you're aware and knowledgeable, you can anticipate these shifts, strategically advising your clients to maximize their investments or make timely decisions, right? I have sellers right now that are in the market and they're asking me, is now the right time? Like, is now when I want to move out of my house? I have a 2.7% interest rate. I have zero interest in going into a 6%, but I also don't want to lose all my equity in this opportunity. And those are questions that are going to come up, and you have to understand a lot of this stuff to give them educated, real answers. Number 3, providing expert guidance and trust. Clients seek real estate professionals who demonstrate expertise beyond local housing trends. You can't stop your education and your knowledge at local housing trends. Real estate is a global affair. Okay, it is absolutely a global affair. For many, 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 many years, people have told you that real estate is a local affair. It's a local business. And that is complete bullshit. Okay, yes, you sell locally, you want to be a part of the community, you want to know the local business owners, all that stuff remains true. But international events really affect whether or not houses are going to be moving or not, and really affect finances for a lot of American people. And so you need to understand things way beyond just the local housing trends. Your clients depend on you as a knowledgeable advisor, not just somebody who facilitates a transaction, not just somebody who takes them from A to B. And by being informed, you strengthen your credibility, your trustworthiness, and you establish deeper relationships and client loyalty because they know you know what you're talking about. Okay. And here's the best part. If you share some of the same views and some of the same morals, you guys are going to be more connected than ever. Because just as equally as some of these subjects can separate people, they will equally bring people together with the same mission, the same thought process. Okay. Number 4, effective risk management. So awareness of world events allows you to help clients assess and manage risks associated with real estate investments. You get to advise them because you are the advisor. You're not just a transaction person, and people are not numbers. You need to treat them like people, and you need to understand that the things around them can and will affect them. Let's say a sudden political change, shifts in trade policies like tariffs, or conflicts overseas like Ukraine, can cause fluctuations in property values, demand, and supply chains. Now, understanding these risks equip you with the right advice for your clients. And you get to advise your clients wisely, protecting their interests and positioning you as a trusted consultant. Let's get into number 5, identifying new opportunities. See, changes in global conditions often create fresh opportunity in the real estate market. The real estate market is cyclical, but the real estate market always changes, but it never stops really moving. Something is going to move. Condos will speed up and slow down. Single family homes will speed up and slow down. Investments opportunities will speed up and slow down. There is always something moving, and you need to remain fluid and understand what these new opportunities are and be able to present these new opportunities effectively to the clientele and the people who trust in you to do so. Wars, politics, religious influences may lead to shifts in population and migration patterns, right? Think about what happened with COVID. The entire Northeast started coming south to Florida. The entire West started moving central to Texas. Those movements created a lot of real estate opportunities. And if you understand these population migration patterns, you're going to be better equipped to push forward. And if you understand when they go faster, when they slow down, where they're coming from, it gives you opportunities to not only better advise your clients, but understand where you should be marketing as well. Foreign investments is another thing, or even just relocation of businesses, right? And industries, because we've all heard Elon Musk is moving things to Texas. Amazon is moving to Texas and Florida. Bezos just bought huge properties, multi-million dollar mansions here on the islands in Miami. Movement happens and those businesses are moving. Guess what? They have a ton of personnel that they want to move as well. And people like Elon Musk that is paying for these moves and even bonusing these folks for making the move. You want to be the recipient of those people coming into your neighborhood, or you want to be the person that sells their homes when they leave, right? You want to put yourself in these special positions and you get to advise people appropriately. Being well informed empowers you to recognize these opportunities early and position you and your clients ahead of the competition. Because at the end of the day, if you do this properly, you will always stay ahead of the competition. Guys, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of news and global events and politics and religions and war and all this stuff. Don't be afraid to talk about it. It's happening. Whether you want to talk about it or not, it is happening and it's affecting the world. We have Israel and Gaza. We have the Palestinians. We have Ukraine. We have Russia. We have North Korea. We have South Korea. We have China, and we have Thailand, and we have Taiwan that China wants. And there's all this stuff is happening. And then you got Trump going on stage and saying we want Greenland, and Denmark is like, no way in the world. Like these are words right now. But there are thousands and thousands of people dying on the other side of the planet right now. How long do you think it is before it touches our doorstep in any way whatsoever? And how long do you think it is that we start moving over there? How long do you think it is before we start manufacturing more weapons, more tanks, more planes, more ships? We've already had those discussions happening. We have plants coming here with chips being made in the United States. We've got so much movement in the world right now that you need to pay attention, and you need to not only watch the channel you believe in. If you're a CNN watcher or a Fox watcher, I think you should watch both channels, and you should really understand what the other side of the room is really thinking at the moment, whether you agree with it or not, so that you better position yourself to understand what's happening in the world. And then do your own research. Just don't listen to one person only. Do your own research. Read news from other countries. My wife likes to do that. She likes to listen to news like BBC and other countries to see what they're saying and what their take on what's happening in the world is, and what their take on our position in the world is. Because our president can tell us everything he wants to tell us about our position in the world, doesn't necessarily mean that's what the opposition is thinking, or even our friends. So become well-versed. Don't be afraid of it. And I just gave you 5 great reasons why you should not be afraid of it. I gave you 5 good reasons why you should stay in tune with what's happening in the world. It'll help you make more money. It'll help you position your clients better. It'll help you position your investments better. And it'll help you position you better against your competition. You guys have a fantastic day. And I hope that this video takes off into your mind and you do something great with it.